The other day, a friend of mine asked me this question. That friend of mine asked me this question, and that led me thinking, because I know it's a big problem, because not everybody who will watch this video, maybe later on, or you are watching live, has a relative or a friend in the US. So how do you get a host when you win, when and if you win the USA green card? Because eventually there are people who are going to win the USA DV lottery green card, which we usually call green card where I come from. So how do you get a host? Because I know this is a very big question, which many people have been able to ask me either in through Instagram, through TikTok, through these YouTube comments down there. But I usually say that in this age of digital age, it should not be so hard for you to get a host when and if you win the green card. And for those who don't know, the USA green card, if you win, requires you to get a host to be able. That is where your green card will be sent after you arrive in the US. So, is it a must to get a host? I'll answer yes or no, and this is why. Because one thing, if you have enough money, you can be able to book maybe a residence or a hotel somewhere in the US using applications like Airbnb, Bookings.com. You can book an hotel as your permanent residence, maybe for 2 months. That means you have it. You should be having enough money to cater for the cost of the Airbnb house for the duration of maybe 60 days. Those are 2 months while in the US. Otherwise, I know most people are not able to pay for that kind of are not able to afford that amount of money to pay an hotel or Airbnb and be able to live in the US comfortably, because averagely that means you'll need around $6,000 US dollars to be able to live comfortably during that period of time. So otherwise, if you don't have anybody, you don't have a friend, you don't have a relative in the US, get into all these social media applications, starting from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whereby people congregate virtually. And the best bet for me is those people who are able to get into Facebook. Go to Facebook search, and in the search bar you can search people from your country in a certain state in the US. For example, let me give you an example of Kenya, because I know watu wengi come from Kenya who listen to my channel. You can go to Facebook and search for Kenyans in, for example, Minnesota. You can search for Kenyans in Texas. You can search for Kenyans in West Virginia. You can search for Kenyans in Kentucky. And your screen will show different groups of Kenyans or people from your tribe in that particular state. And that now you can start networking with people who you have the same kind of culture, or people who you speak the same language, or people of your faith, or people of your sexual orientation, if that is something which bothers you. So you can search also people from maybe the Anglican Church or Seventh-day Adventist Church in USA, and you can start networking with those people, and through that you'll get friends who can host you while in the US. Because at the embassy, when after you win and fill the DS 160, you'll need to feel that you have a host, and they'll need to share with you a US address, which you fill in the form as evidence that you have somewhere to live in the US when you arrive there. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is an affidavit of support, and I know this is a requirement of some embassies in some countries like Kenya. The Kenyan embassy, the US embassy in Kenya requires you to show an affidavit of support, which is a tall order for most people. And this is because this person the person who gives you the affidavit of support, they need to give information about their tax information, which is private information, and most people are not very willing and ready to give out this information. So make sure that you go to those groups, make sure that you use this technology, make sure that you go to TikTok, talk to Kenyans who are in these different countries, mostly the US, make friendships. And with this, one thing I want to add before we end this video, make sure that you don't alienate yourself. Make sure that you don't alienate yourself, so to speak, by maybe abusing people online, because I usually say that internet does not forget. And these are a stark reminder to most people who engage in these internet wars. You might write something or post a video online thinking that it will not come to be seen by people, but with someone who knows to do a quick Google search, they can be able to pull your internet history from maybe LinkedIn, from TikTok, from all these platforms. It's so easy to go to those platforms and know who Jackson Muindi is, because if you go to Google and search the name Jackson Muindi, different videos about me will populate. And if I was involved in a conflict, so to speak, in a spat between me and different people in TikTok, this information will be shown. So the host, the potential host who was supposed to host you in the US might be hesitant, and some of them decline even to host you in the US, because they know you are not a good person, because, for example, you are involved yourself in what we call internet spats or internet wars, and you ended up maybe abusing someone without knowing that this will come to haunt you maybe in future. So be sure to protect your internet history, because it can either work for you or against you. So whatever you post, like the other day I saw a certain lady who had some disagreement with the spouse, so she went ahead and posted a video of herself banning this guy's passport, banning this guy's clothes, and be destructive in that house. And this is internet history, and the internet does not forget. And you need it when you're 40 years, 50 years, and your history, which the things you did while you were 20 years, 30 years, will be permanently available for people to search. So thank you very much for joining me in this session. Make sure that you watch another video here. I'll attach it somewhere here. And if you don't find it here, you can go to the description of this video, or go to my channel and watch one video. Also, make sure that you like this video and share it to one person. At least like this video if you've been able to watch it to the end. Thank you very much, and have a good day.